Property rights, folks. My father, who's a landowner, owns a large tract of land in East Texas, hereditary land. He got a notice right after New London Kelo decision 3 years ago, 2 years after the decision, saying, here's your new Texas Landowner Bill of Rights. Kind of like the New Freedom Initiative federally takes your freedom. It's Orwellian named, or the Patriot Act is unpatriotic. It said you have no property rights. If we say we're taking your land or putting a pipeline across it, or if you turn down a mineral offer, you are given 3 months to accept the first offer you're given, even if it's 10 cents on the dollar, and then we just take it and charge you attorney fees. That's America. They're not just going to take your guns for all you stupid, mainline, domesticated, cowardly liberals that are afraid of seeing a fellow slave with a gun, but love seeing cops with guns. You get scared when you see a citizen with a gun, but not cops. You are going to lose everything you got. They're already changed the federal laws to take your pension funds. Now they changed the federal regulations outside of the law to take your 401ks, to take your money market funds. They announced that last month. Those are no longer protected. Do you understand what's happening? Now, I'm going to your calls. Did you go to the Austin gun show? Did you sign the petition against this? What were people saying? No law, no nothing. They just come and say, no more gun sales here, baby. We got guns. We're the government. We own you, slaves. And once they make you register everything, once they end private sales, then they confiscate. We've been holding the line here for years, and now they're overrunning us criminally. I can't believe the boldness of the APD and the BATF, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives.
Yes, like I said, I've been listening to your show for 4 months now, and I've been waking up, and I've known so much just by listening to your show. Well, I have two questions. One is about the gun control, and there is a gun show that we're having here in Louisiana next month, and I want to purchase a gun, and then I don't, but then I do too because I have kids and I want to protect myself. What do I do? You know, if they were to ask... You
go to the gun show and you'll see people that are private sales. Again, if you sell a bunch of guns, they bust you and say it's the federal statute that you got to have a federal firearms license to do it as a business. It's a tax. That's how they got the unconstitutional issue in. But private sales, you still have the right to say sell your neighbor a gun or have them sell you a gun. So you find somebody that wants to sell you a private sale, okay? And that's how you get a gun. Me, I don't care. I go in and let them register me and have my guns. It's no secret I got guns with those traders, and because I buy what I want when I want new generally. But what you need is a revolver or a pump-action shotgun, something like that for home defense, and just take it out to the gun range and get good with it.
Okay. I have one more other question. Okay, I know it's not referring to the gun control, but I have issue. It's with communication, and that's with cable TV. And, see, I rely on internet. They're talking about shutting down local channels for the antenna, and that's what, that's the only thing I use. So what are we going to do?
Yes, they're forcing everyone to get wired.
Huh?
They're forcing everyone to the internet, Brandy. So your question is, what are you going to do?
Yes, what will I do for communication?
What do you do to learn what's happening? Listen to local AM radio. I appreciate your call. Look, now I'm not mad at the listeners, but I told you. I specifically have to leave the lines open for people who have seen unconstitutional, color of law, outside of the system, criminal government, making guns illegal, violating gun shows, telling you can't have private sales without a law. Okay? 1-800-259-9231. John, did you ask these callers if they were specifically calling on that? Thank you. I figured you did. It's unbelievable. We need to focus on this. I need to leave lines open for people who were eyewitnesses to this in other areas. They'll tell me the name of their town and state. I can pull up articles on it then. I can show the gun community, the Second Amendment self-defense freedom community, how bad it is and get them out of their slumber. The feds are trying to pass federal legislation to ban guns at will. But it's worse than that. Here's an article, Infowars.com, January 7th, 2009, from a year ago. Proposed law will allow Obama AG holder to ban guns at will. That bill's introduced, H.R. 1022. Just a blank check where he's God and can ban whatever he wants. We just make him God. That's how they're already operating. The BATF's shown up. They haven't even passed their health care law. And all these different employers from Illinois to Texas are getting notices saying, get ready to keep money out of your employees' paychecks to make them buy insurance. They're already implementing it without it even passing. Don't you understand? This is a bunch of lawless crooks. Holly, John, Pete, hang up if you're not calling in about the Second Amendment, what's happening at gun shows as eyewitnesses to what's going on. 1-800-259-9231. I'm going to take calls in this segment, the next, then 8 after. For the balance of the second hour, all of the third and fourth hour, we're simulcasting at prisonplanet.tv. Jack McClam's coming up. Feds and cops attempt to shut down legal gun sales in Austin, Texas. They didn't attempt. They did. That's the Infowars.com headline. It's completely illegal. It's illegal. Do you understand that?
All the leaves are brown.
Illegally. Arde Saveda has declared himself boss hog over Austin, Texas. The BATF came in and said, we don't have a law, but we're going to tell you no more private sale of guns in this town. You're not going to sell your neighbor a gun. You're not going to sell them at the gun show. Done. Now, does that make you mad, America? John in Texas, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hi, Alex.
Hello, John.
I'm going to the Houston gun show next week. I ain't been to a gun show in about 3 months, so I'll let you know if there's any of that stuff going on there. But I just want to say that this is not going to stop with guns. You know, they just in October they just recently beat a ruling by the federal government that would have banned any knives that could be open one-handed, which means most 80% of all pocket knives would have been banned in America. But
I know. They're coming after everything. The government is criminal. They robbed us. They're crooks. Countries always go tyranny. People better wake up, John. I mean, this is outrageous.
It's going to be bows and arrows. You look at Britain right now, you can't even have a steak knife. It's got to have rounded edges on it.
I have the BBC headline, large knives banned.
They have an airsoft BB gun. You know what those are, don't you? They
yes.
Get a plastic BB. Well, to have one in Britain, you have to go to the police department. You have to get a permit and prove that you're part of a reenactment group or some kind of historical reenactment group before they'll let you have that.
John, they don't even have a law in Austin. The feds just showed up like Darth Vader and said, we're doing this. I mean, it's illegal. They need to get in trouble. They have committed a crime.
When they can make rulings, not laws, but rulings, and say, well, we can do this and this and that, and we don't care about the law, then we're enslaved.
They don't even give a judicial ruling, which is tyranny. They don't even give a code or a number. They just do it. I mean, it's a new level. I mean, these people are out of their minds.
We're going to have to get together, and we're going to have to start screaming loud to put a stop to this, because we don't, like I say, we're all done for.
Let's talk to Spencer in Texas. Spencer, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hey, thanks. Good show, Alex. Yeah, I got a quick story for you. My brother is a police officer in South Texas, and a couple months ago, I got a knock at the front door, and it was a couple of ATF agents going door to door without any kind of warrant or anything.
Yeah, it's called knock and talk nationwide, going on for at least 7 years. They come to your door and say, do you mind if we look at your guns? I mean, folks.
See what happened. Yeah, and he's a police officer. You know? It's ridiculous.
And so what happened?
He refused to talk to them, and he told them if they came back, he'd have them arrested for trespassing, and they left. And a couple of weeks went by, and this happened all over this town he's in. A couple of weeks went by, and he actually ran into one of those ATF agents and asked him, he said, man, what in the world's going on? Why are you guys doing this? And he said, well, you know, we know it's BS, and we know it's unconstitutional, but we've got to do what we got to do. Because it's the current administration is
yes, that again, even the BATF knows this is illegal. It's illegal. It's criminal. I mean, they are criminal when they do this. Austin police don't do something illegal. I mean, it's like Hitler telling his people to do illegal stuff. Just because he's Hitler, just because he's the leader, doesn't mean he's God.
But, if field agents don't carry through with it, then they get written up or, possibly, terminated.
Well,
or whatever.
you know what?
So.
They better say no, because it's going to get a lot worse if they don't. What town is he in? Let me guess. Is it outside Dallas?
No, it's in South Texas. I really don't want to tell it because then it's kind of widespread down there. And he's
well, freedom isn't free, sir. Well, I know they're doing every suburb of Dallas has knock and talk, and that's why I was saying it. I just can't handle it. They're the ones engaged in illegal activity. Your brother's got to stand up and say no. I mean, was this a wake up call for your brother, John?
Spencer, but yeah, Spencer. It sure was. Yeah.
Yeah, John's next. I apologize. Anything else, Spencer?
That's it, man. Thanks. Keep up the good work.
Folks, it's 1 second to midnight. You understand? We'll be right back with more calls.